Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of my favorite 30 guitarists of all time. Pick number 25. We're picking across all genres of music that we like, our favorite guitar players, our absolute favorite guitar players. And we're picking our three favorite albums featuring what we feel is their best guitar playing, and then that one song that either has our favorite solo from them, favorite riff, favorite passage, or just general favorite guitar playing from them overall, right? So today we got a guy that left us way too soon and quite frankly didn't appear on a ton of albums. In fact, very few, because he died at 24 just as I think his stock was really starting to rise. But what he did appear on was pretty amazing, and you can argue to pick any of those albums that he appeared on, the few of them. Let's bring to the stage the late, the great Mr. Duane Allman. Yes, indeed. Of the Allman Brothers Band, also appeared with Derek and the Dominoes and did lots of session work and whatnot. One of the greats, and again, left us way too soon in that horrible motorcycle accident back in the early 70s. But yeah, he left behind such a mark. And I think if he had lived, there's no doubt in my mind that Duane Allman would have been recognized as one of the great guitar players. He already is, but as far as like long-standing legacy, I think he would have made his mark on music, doing all sorts of things, maybe playing with the Allman Brothers Band for decades and decades, or maybe going off and doing something else. Nobody knows at this point. It's one of their songs. Nobody knows. Didn't play on that one, though. So he is my pick for today. Let's talk about some of my favorite albums, right? My three favorite albums. So to me, this was a total no-brainer. And this is one of those instances where I absolutely have to pick a live album, because there's just such a small sampling of stuff that Duane recorded on. So, of course, we're going to go to the debut album, the Allman Brothers Band. You got Whipping Post on here, Black-Hearted Woman, Trouble No More. You got Dreams is on here, I Don't Want You No More, It's Not My Cross to Bear. I mean, everything on here is just an absolute classic. This is kind of the seeds of what would be known as Southern rock, but this is essentially a blues rock album, right, by an American band. And then up next, we're going to go with, of course, Idlewild South. Again, what do you got on here? You got things like Revival, Don't Keep Me Wondering, Midnight Rider, Hoochie Coochie Man, Please Call Home, Leave My Blues at Home. Again, sizzling blues rock everywhere you turn on here. Duane and Dickie Betts. We picked Dickie Betts earlier in the month, just doing their thing. Although, you arguably say that Dickie's, like I mentioned on the Dickie Betts episode, I think Dickie really came into being one of the great guitar heroes probably after Duane died, because I think it's probably hard not to be completely overshadowed by the legend and the great skills that was Duane Allman during this time period. But once Dickie was kind of thrust into the spotlight after Duane's death, that's when Dickie really kind of opened up and became a guitar legend. But his playing is absolutely great on these albums, but man, Duane is the guy who really shines. And my third pick, which absolutely probably has to be the number one, is the Fillmore live album, because I think here, in a live format, this band was a live band, and though the studio albums are great, on stages where they just kind of like it blossomed, and all the greatness that was the Allman Brothers Band early on, just on the stage, and even in later years, right? This was a jam band. This is a band who improvised and took these studio tracks and just made them into totally different beasts live on stage. And there's so many classics on here. Statesboro Blues is slide playing for one, so good. Trouble No More, again, Don't Keep Me Wondering, Done Somebody Wrong, Stormy Monday, One Way Out, Elizabeth Reed, Midnight, You Don't Love Me. And if you get the deluxe, to me, this is the ultimate version of this. You got the Mountain Jam, 30 some odd minutes long, Hot Atlanta, all these classics, right? So as far as like my favorite guitar solo, God, I was thinking, okay, well, he does some great playing on that Derek and the Dominoes album and the Layla album. He does a great solo on an early Boz Scaggs album, right? Really good. Lots of great solos here. To me, there was only one that I could pick. It'd be the only one that made sense. It's always been my favorite guitar solo from him, and the song actually features a great guitar solo from him and a great guitar solo from Dickie. But Duane's is the one that tears the roof off, and that is The Memory of Elizabeth Reed off of the Fillmore album, right? Because they both have their moment to shine. but it's Duane's the one that just kind of builds and builds and builds and absolutely explodes and just shows what he was all about. It's so melodic, but man, the intensity is what really gets you. And the last couple of bars, man, he's just like, his phrasing and the way he's bending notes, and it's all blues based, but it's just so powerful and so full of emotion. And like I said, the way he kind of builds the solo is the exciting part. It's like he takes you on a journey. At the end of the journey, just explodes off into the sun, and it's just like, and that's to me the way you put together a masterful guitar solo. So it's got to be A Memory of Elizabeth Reed. And again, Dickey's is great too in it, but it's Duane's is the one that just really just does it. So that's my pick. So A Memory of Elizabeth Reed off the Fillmore album, and of course, basically your first three Allman Brothers Band album, right? Eat a Peach is the other one that he fully plays on, right, as well. And of course, then we lost him. So unfortunately. So Duane Allman is my pick for today. Let us know what you think of Duane down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today. And we'll see you tomorrow with number 24. Till then, visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, get the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff when we bring it back to the stage once again. Mr. Duane Allman, of course, playing that Les Paul, mainly known for playing Les Pauls and SGs, and man, sweetest tone ever, and just a fiery player, whether he's playing conventional or playing slide, and so young. So good, so young, just crazy at the time. But it's and you have to wonder, even the band itself, but Duane especially going through lots of addiction issues and whatnot at the time. So you have to wonder, even if he didn't pass away in that motorcycle accident, what would have happened later on in the 70s, right? As the years kind of went by, we saw so many of our favorites lose themselves to drugs and alcohol during this period. But it's always interesting to think what might have been if he would have lived, because I think the guy had so much music in him, and I think he would have done some great things going forward, but unfortunately, history does not allow that. So, Duane Allman, my pick for today. We'll see you in just a very little bit here for Friday morning at the Fun House with Martin Popoff and myself. We've got no professor's picks today. Ken alerted me that really nothing much came in today. It wasn't a big release week, so we'll catch up next week. Hopefully, we'll have double the amount. So we'll see you then. We got 4 Fusion Friday coming up tonight, of course. And what else over the weekend? We've got UK Connection tomorrow. It's melodic rock and AOR week on the UK Connection. So join Simon, Steve, and myself for another fun show, ranking the albums of the German power metal legends Gamma Ray with Rich Catino on Sunday. I'm also going to the record store up in Poughkeepsie, New York, Dark Side Records with Brendan Snyder. So we're going to pop in a little video of us moseying around and checking out Dark Side Records. So that's coming up also this weekend. And we'll see what else happens, right? And for those of you going to Deep Purple and Yes tonight at Bethel Woods, I will see you there with Eric Porter. I think Count Ralphus will be there. Steve Keeler will be there. Lynn Versace will be there. Maybe Butch Jones is going to be there. I'm not sure everybody who's going, but hopefully we'll run into some of you there. Come and say hi. We'll be out in the parking lot beforehand and up in the lawn during the show. So take care, everybody, and see you soon. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.